Hello, and welcome back to Kerbol Space Program. Today at Spud Space Agency, we're starting on the menu screen again because I normally tend to start in the VAB, but today I don't know what I'm doing yet. So I thought, let's bring up the map, which I also have only just noticed doesn't have Drez on it, but I'm gonna roll a dice to see what planet to go to. So I've got a D10 here, so if I remember correctly, I've got 9 planets to go, so if I roll a 10, I don't know, I'll decide what that means when I do it. Let's go. 1! So that means it's a trip to Ike. Okay, here we are. So Ike, Moon of Duna. To get to Ike, looks like we're going to need around 5,500 to get there. I'm going to make a guess at maybe like 3,000 to get back. I don't know. I never know how much to add. We'll just add as much as I can on the return, I guess. Some parachutes, and just trying to remember to put all the utility stuff on that I'll need first, and then I can sort everything else out afterwards, you know? This is going to stay in orbit, so I don't need to worry about this taking off again, I guess. So that could be enough to return to Kerbin. I prefer the one little one. So I reckon it could be fun is see about building some form of rover, like drivable rover. Okay, so I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest, when it comes to a rover. Kind of just slapped some wheels and a seat onto these structural panels, and I'm kind of just hoping it works. I don't like that I can't get them be quite the same, but oh well. Well, that's close enough. Wait, why have I only got 1 seat? Oh, there's going to be at least 2 Kerbols down there. That's just mean, isn't it? If only one of them can get to be in the car. Wow, it's not until you put them next to something that's the size of a Kerbol that you realise that these RTGs are actually huge. Ooh, I'll need some headlights. Okay, well, we've got a little rover made. No idea if it's going to work. I will probably do a quick test of it before I take the craft off. In the meantime, let's make sure that the craft can land. Okay, well, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever designed, but I kind of like it. So I've got these aerospike engines sort of trying to point down and move out of the way so that the buggy could be dropped. I'm going to throw on some landing legs and make it not look as horrific, hopefully. Okay, so we have potentially our lander. It's horrific in every way, but I don't know, I kind of love it. I'm going to do a quick test and see if it works. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, that was actually a surprising success. The biggest issue I found was that these engines, in fact, if you look slightly, you can kind of just see, they are not completely straight, which was causing some fairly drastic spin. Okay, after a few tests, I think I've got it to mostly work. I do want to... Now let's try and see about getting the rest of this ship built. Just thought I have no idea how I'm going to attach the rest of the rocket underneath this thing. Probably something I should have thought of, but hey ho. Okay, that works a little bit better. Still means it's going to be super cheesy having the thing attached to the bottom side of there, but well, we're going for fun, not realism. I think that looks all right, actually, with a little fairing, having it kind of like that. The only thing I dislike at the moment is the landing legs, but I don't think I can do anything about that. I've never played with these before. Shall we see what happens if we do? Okay, so I kind of just went off on building this thing without really talking through it, hence why I've just skipped to the end. But we've got the lander that we spent a bit of time working on making weird. Now we've got a stage with a Rhino, which should hopefully be able to circularize us around Ike, and then another stage with a Rhino, which should again hopefully be enough to sort of start getting us over to Ike. Then we've got a launch stage here, so we've got 5 vectors and then 2 side rockets with twin bores, because I learned how great having the engine plates and loads of little engines was last time. So I guess that makes sense. That's why, like, that's how they actually build rockets. I mean, doesn't the Starship have like 37 Raptor engines or something on the bottom? So, you know, maybe real life has a good point. Ooh, I always forget about Separatrons, so let's throw on a few of them, because always a sad day when you forget those. This could go horribly wrong, because I'll be honest, I don't know if my staging's decent. In theory, I've got more than enough fuel, like should be way more than enough fuel. Let's get our crew sorted. Can only bring 3 back with us, so let's take those 2, I guess. I have no idea if this is going to work. Let's go. Just realised I forgot launch clamps, but oh well, it doesn't seem like we need it. What else was I going to quickly do? Oh yeah, test this. Excellent, the little robotic motors that I added work. That's cool. All right, make sure we're controlling from the top. Let's give this a go. Pretty bad launch there, but oh well. At least they came off well. Ooh, hello. Is that the vector engines being overzealous with gimbaling as usual? Well, we're heading into space. Fairly rocky launch, but so far it's not going too bad. Alrighty, we're in space. I also, as ever, forgot about a transfer window. Okay, not exactly elegant, but we have got a Duna encounter planned. So as I was planning this, I did have to warp around to a transfer window. So poor guys have been up here a year, which is a fairly common running theme at this point. I'm sure they're fine. Like, they'd have had to have been waiting down on Kerbin anyway. As if I'm comparing being trapped in, like, a tiny capsule versus, you know, just having to wait at home. They're the same thing, right? There we go. Definitely going to be worth fine-tuning this encounter. So, might as well get the Ike inclination as close as I can. Help speed things up when we get there. I'm not entirely sure why it's decided to go all the way out there. There we go. That'll all do. Now we could try to... I mean, I guess you want to get as close to planet as possible, right? And then what we can also do, if we really want to try, is do a little cheeky bit of aero braking. Let's go with this. Let's see what happens. Warp on over. Ooh, that's maybe a little bit close. Cool. Right, that'll do. We've got 1,970 meters a second left of fuel. Oh, there we go. Oh, and there's Ike right there. Lovely. Getting a nice close little view of the planet there. Got a cheeky little... Oh, there's no point doing a crew report. I've done it all. Well, there we go. 34 meters a second to get an Ike encounter isn't bad. So we're just going to do our maneuver now to get an Ike encounter. Let's go for 15 kilometers. Nice and close orbit. Ooh, look at that little Ike eclipse. That's cool. I don't know why it keeps disappearing. It's a little disconcerting. There we go. Cool. Time warped way quicker than I expected then. And here is Ike. It is always slightly spooky to me how close you can get to the moons. That'll do. That will do. Well, here we are orbiting Ike. That is a cool shot. The Duna in the distance. Well, it is a little bit of a shame to waste the ridiculous amount of fuel that is left in this bottom stage. But, oh well, there's not much I can do about that, to be honest. Or do I use it to try and land? I guess I could use it. Let's do that. Why not? Did forget to add a drone module on there, but that'll be fine. Right, let's get these guys in the lander can. Cool. So they're both in there. Why didn't I take 3? I should have taken 3 people. Because I could have let... I wasn't thinking. Oh well. It's just going to be difficult to line up, I guess. Right, where do we want to try and land? Not going to take any at all to land. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with this fuel tank, but hey-ho. I can literally just be like, hey, I want to land here. Case in point. Oh, that's cool. I'm guessing that's a parallax thing, just giant crystals. Right. Okay, well, I guess let's get rid of this lower part. Oh, that was cool. With the buggy's wheels unfolding as well. I like that. Well, with the amount of fuel that this thing had in it, I guess it's useful to know that I can use this in many potential other planets. Because this thing's functioning really well. Better than I expected. Little unstable. It's probably with these weird angled engines, but I wanted to do it because it looked cool. Oh. There goes the fuel tank. I wondered why we were still moving so much. Oh, this place looks awesome. Well, there we go. Landed on Ike. Shall we try and land somewhere a bit more level? Got enough fuel to. I guess with all these like salt crystals or whatever they are, it reminds me of Deep Rock Galactic. It's awesome. There we go. Cool. Oh, I'm so happy with this. I also kind of can't believe that this thing's working. How odd its design is, but I'm very pleased. Right, well, I guess we can drop the buggy down. I'll be honest, I forgot that that's how they detached. I should have done it the other way around, but oh well, it's got a weird frame on the back of it. It's a roll cage. It's to protect them if it flips over. It might actually do that, you know. Let's get the Kerbols out. There we go. We've got a flag planted. Well, I think that these two have deserved a little drive around on the rover. Who's this? Bill. Get in there. Okay, the seats may be a little bit too close together. I've never had two people next to each other before. Whoops. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. They seem happy enough with the situation. Oh, there you go. What did I tell you? Roll cage. There's no reaction wheels to flip them back over. Well, I guess for future reference, we know to add some reaction wheels so that they can flip back over. To be fair, actually, I'm sure that the Kerbols probably could have pushed it, but... the handling's a little questionable. I guess there isn't a lot of gravity here. Oh, this planet's well, Moon is awesome. I'm going to drive over to the massive crystal. Oh, well, there's friction. How about if we turn off the motor and the steering for these back wheels? And we just make it a front-wheel drive thing. That should hopefully have it a bit more stable. Look at him go, though. I tell you what, I am glad that I decided to bring a buggy, because I knew nothing about Ike starting this mission. I truly did just roll the dice at the start and see where to go to. I had no idea that all these crystals would be here with parallax. And it's also... Oh, no! Oh dear. Well, the Kerbols are alright, at least. The problem is when you've got jetpacks as good as these, who needs a rover? No. He almost stuck the landing as well there. I don't think I'm gonna be able to flip this back over, which is a shame, but not entirely unexpected. Well, we know what it needs next time. If only the Kerbols could actually... Oh, I could put a hinge on the back of it to, like, flip it over. Oh, well, we'll leave that upside down there as a monument. Let's get these Kerbols back over to the craft. Can we get him to land on the top? Hey! I'm gonna guess that this giant crystal doesn't really exist, but it'd be cool if it did. Nope. Well, I am pleasantly surprised at how cool this moon is. I was expecting to just, you know, when I saw it was Ike, I was like, it's a bit of a shame that we're not going to a more interesting place with stuff to look at, but this is pretty damn cool. I'm sure there are many Easter eggs to look at as well. I've not really done any Easter egg hunting because I don't know what I'm looking for, to be honest, other than the mohole. I've still not even been to, like, you know, the proper Monarch, so I should do that at some point. Well, there we go. That was a successful little romp around Ike, I think. Let's have a look at our craft. Set that as our target. Probably should have waited a little bit less time, but to be honest, there's no atmosphere. This thing also has a ridiculous amount of fuel left. Still likes to spin a little bit, but not entirely sure what that's about, but... But we have more than enough fuel at the very least, so it doesn't matter that I am being wildly inefficient with this. Cool, well, we're orbiting, that's the main thing. Let's just get a nice intersect, ideally on the descending node. There we go. There it is. Right. I think Jeb is going to have to be in the other craft. Don't know why I'm doing this at night time. Let's wait until we're on the light side of the moon. We can transfer the fuel anyway, so let's just... Oh, helps if you activate the engine. I know I could have. I've already shown that it was dead easy to just send someone out, but I want to know what this looks like with this docked as it's gonna, because I think it'll be interesting. Forget every time to just add little probe cores onto everything. It makes life just easier. Come on, you're almost there. You're so close. Hey, there we go. Oh, this thing looks insane. I love that. Now that we're all back together again, let's shut down that engine. Then we can just use these ones up top. And now to plot a course back. So, I know the proper thing to do would be to extend the orbit down to a close Duna one. But to be honest, I think we've got enough fuel that we don't need to worry about that. To be honest, we've got a very good inclination anyway, and we can just kind of go from there. Cool. And then there we go. Cool. Why is that changing? Oh, is it because they still produce thrust after a bit? No, they shouldn't do. That's like changing pretty drastically quickly though. Oh, it's because we're spinning. We no longer have a Kerbin encounter. What's that about? That's really weird. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, there we go. Clearly was just a straight up glitch then, which is a little bit annoying because I had an encounter then. Well, after whatever that weird glitch was, we're finally sort of bringing in our approach to Kerbin. I think that'll do. Could have circularized and tried to circularize and land in the sunlight, but to be honest, I just want to get back. There we are. I should make sure that they're both in the lander, because that would be pretty sad if I accidentally let one of them burn up. Looks like we are coming in at night time, but oh well. That wasn't very smart of me. No idea what I was thinking then. I think we're going slow enough that we're fine anyway, but yeah, that wasn't a particularly great idea. A little bit darker than I'd have liked, but I think we're splashing down. Yes, we are. And here we are. Early hours of the morning for them. 4 years or so in space, but they're back. Kerbols can watch the sunrise. And let's bring them home. Well, that is another one ticked off. So yeah, that's Ike completed. So yeah, no idea where I'm going to go next time, but thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you then. Bye.